Hello, I think we're on.
That's really good. Yeah, no, top notch.
Hello, I'm Joel and I am here to tell you all about this. Picture consequences. On the back, I predicted the entire outcome ahead of time.
That's brilliant. How did you know?
To begin, you introduce the board for the game, and then you display a variety of different heads, bodies, and legs. And now you introduce the rules for the game. Your participant begins by selecting a head. They can even change their mind. Then they select the body, and finally, the legs. Your participant has created a unique piece of art from a large array of options, yet somehow the magician knew exactly what they would choose well ahead of time. This routine takes multiple outs to a whole new level. What do you want to change the legs for?
I'm going to go with the ballerina.
The ballerina legs.
Yeah.
Is there anything at all that you want to change?
No, I'll stick with that.
You're happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy
and
with
these
that.
were all your decisions and all of your choices.
Yeah.
Right? The truth is, this game never existed. This was actually just a little psychological test to see how you would do.
Right, okay.
Alright, it might seem a little bit strange, but do you remember I introduced the box right at the beginning?
Yeah.
What do you see here? Red, green, yellow. Look at the order you just picked. Red, green, and yellow. But check this out, just to prove that you have been influenced completely. Inside the box are 3 extra cards, and they match your choices.
No way. That's really good. Yeah, no, top notch. I know you're not going to tell us how it worked, but how does it work? That's fantastic.
Oh,
unbelievable.
There you go. You've just been influenced.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
That was brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
I'll be thinking about that all night now. How that was done.
It's unique, it's engaging to everybody, including adults and children. It's colourful, and there is literally zero memory work.
Good.
Proving that you've just been influenced.
Brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
It's really good. I like that.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
lovely and colourful. It'd be great, like you say, for adults or children.
Yeah. That's what I like about it, is the colour. The colour of it is just
nice and visual.
definitely, yeah. So there you go.
Fantastic.
Nice, isn't it?
Very good. Very
you.
good.
Thank you for watching.
I like it.
Do you remember the game Picture Consequences? I'm not sure if you remember it at all.
I don't know.
You don't know. That's all right. Not many people do, but it's an old game. It's actually a bit of it's an infant style game. But we're going to use these. I'm going to show you exactly how the game works.
Okay.
All right. We've got your little board here.
Yeah.
We've got all these different cards, and as you can see, there are 3 different types of things.
Yeah.
All right. We've got heads, bodies, and legs.
Okay.
If, for example, we used all the reds like this, we're quite limited.
Yeah.
But if we start to use different colours, it opens up 94 different possibilities just from a minor selection of cards.
Okay.
All right. So as an example, well, these are the rules. So I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Rule number 1, select a head to get started and place it on the board. So as an example, I could take, say, a chef's head and stick it on here. Select a body using a different coloured background. I don't know, let's go for the teddy bear body. And then 3, pick some legs from an unused background colour to finish off your character. Let's go for the octopus legs. All right, so this is my work of art, if you like. That is basically how the game works. All right, and as you can see, there are decisions and choices that you've got to make. So this is my work of art. Let's see what you come up with. What do you want to change the head for? You've got all of these choices over here. What would you like to change the head for that? This here, the zombie.
The zombie.
Are you sure? Because you can change it if you like. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah,
Are you sure? Yeah. You want to go for the zombie?
Yeah.
Okay, good choice. We'll place that right there. And then obviously we've got 2 red bodies, so we have to change the body. What do you want to change the body for? But before you change the body, do you want to change the head, or are you Definitely
No,
hammock.
I'll stick with that.
You're sticking with that.
Stick
So
with
what
that.
do you want to change the body for?
Go for that.
The surgeon's body. That's a good choice. And then finally, what do you want to change the legs for?
I'm gonna go with the ballerina.
The ballerina legs.
Yeah.
Is there anything at all that you want to change?
No, I'll stick with that.
You're happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy
and
with
these
that.
were all your decisions and all of your choices.
Yeah.
Right? The truth is, this game never existed. This was actually just a little psychological test to see how you would do.
Right, okay.
All right, it might seem a little bit strange, but
Okay.
do you remember I introduced the box right at the beginning?
Yeah.
What do you see here? Red, green, yellow. Look at the order you just picked. Red, green, and yellow. But check this out, just to prove that you have been influenced completely. Inside the box are 3 extra cards, and they match your choices.
No way. That's really good. Yeah, no, top notch. That's really good. I know you're not going to tell us how it worked, but how does it work? That's fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Unbelievable.
There you go. You've just been influenced.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
That was brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
I'll be thinking about that all night now. How that was done.
Hello, I'm Joel and welcome to the video explanation for picture consequences. Now, let's begin by taking a little look at what you have received. You will have received your vinyl board. You will have also received a couple of instructional sheets. One of the sheets is just a spare. You will have received your box, and inside the box as well, you will have 15 different cards. That's what you've got. Now let's get into looking at the setup. The good news is setting up picture consequences is very easy to do. If you take a look at your box, you will see there is a red, green, yellow. The red represents head, the green, the body, and the yellow, legs. This is easy to remember because of the order: top, middle, bottom. Now, if you take a look at 3 of your cards, you will see that 3 of them are double-sided. The head, the body, and the legs are represented by the box. I'm going to explain this a little bit further. Red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow. We need to place these cards inside the box in that order. The box is going to be acting as a visual cue whilst you are performing. So what I'm going to do is place them inside the box with that order facing me. So when I remove these cards from the box, they are in the correct sequence of red, green, yellow. So once I've placed these cards into the box, my next thing is to take the game board and place this into the box too. Then I'm going to take the remaining cards and I'm going to place these in the box on top of the game board. But before I do, if we have a look through, you'll see some of the cards say pick me. 3 of the cards. But what I want to do is make sure that the top card is just a regular back of the card. That way, when we come to remove the cards, I'm not going to accidentally display the word pick me. So these cards go on top of the instructions, on top of the game board, and then finally I take the instructions and I place them into the game like so. Alright, now all I have to do is close the box up and I am ready to perform. In reality, it's only took a minute for me to explain this to you, but when you come to set this up, you'll be doing this in seconds. So now you know how to set picture consequences up. Before we get into the handling, I want you to familiarise yourself with the outs. The entire routine depends upon multiple outs, but the good news is I've designed this so there is no memory work. Let's take a little look at exactly what I mean. To begin, if you have a little look at the box, you will see there are spots which run down: red, green and yellow. You will notice that the top spot is red. The top spot depicts the head, the middle depicts the body, and finally the bottom depicts the legs. Now if we look at the instructional sheet, you will also see here that there are the number 1, 2 and 3, which also are represented by the same: the top, the middle and the bottom. 1 being the top, 2 being the middle and 3 being the bottom. This is green, red and yellow. And if we look here at the board, you will also see a continual run of colours. This is actually just in sections of 3, and there is only one out which is depicted here, which is green, yellow and red. So if the participant, whilst we're performing, places a red card down, we know that the outs for the red card are here on the box. If the next card that the participant places down is the green body, then we know that we have to open up the box and tip these outs in this direction. And there is only one other colour card which can be selected, which is right here. So, however, if the participant, when they place the cards down, if they select a yellow body and green legs, we now know that we have to turn the box around. We know this because the top colour is red, however the other two colours on the box are not matched here. So therefore that means, because these are the other way around, we just have to turn the box around. Notice on your box you have this design. Don't let this bother you at all. Don't be trying to hide this or anything like that. It simply looks like a part of the box design. So all we need to do on this occasion is tip the box out, and because the cards inside are double-sided, the outs will match perfectly. So with that in mind, let's take a little look at your other out, which is here, which is green, red, yellow. If the participant places a green head, a red body and yellow legs, we know that the out is on the other side of the instructions right here. And then we also have a green head, a yellow body and red legs. If this is the case, we know we have green, yellow and red on the game board. However, the other outs are here on the back of the box. We have yellow, green and red. So if the participant selects the yellow head, the green body and the red legs, we know that that outcome is on the back of the box, because as this box is sat down, we can see these colours right here, and the triangles are pointing down. So that means if it's pointing down and it matches perfectly with the colour sequence, the yellow, the green and the red, that means we have to turn the box over. However, if the other outcome with the yellow head is red, yellow, red and green, then this is a fantastic outcome, because now when we pick up the yellow head, every card on the back of their selection says pick me, and none of the other cards say pick me on it. So this is also a fantastic reveal. So now you know the multiple outs. The one thing that you have to keep in mind is this: although these act as a visual cue, one great thing that we can do here is tell the participant that they have actually been influenced. So you can explain. As an example, if the participant picks the red head, the green body and the yellow legs, this is a brilliant outcome. All of the outcomes are fantastic. But now what I can actually do is say, do you remember right at the beginning, I introduced you to this box. And if you see, there is a red, a green and a yellow. And you selected red, green and yellow. So what we can do effectively is double up on our visual cues. And the good news is this is folded over, so the participant won't suspect the number 1, 2 or 3 to be a visual cue, and these spots here are covered by the cards. So the only thing which is on display is the red, the green and the yellow, and these along here will also be forgot about. So now we can explain. We have the red, the green and the yellow, proving that I influenced the entire outcome. And now all we have to do is open this up and prove to them that they were influenced by revealing the very same selection of cards have been predicted ahead of time. Now, we can use these spots if you want to, you don't have to, but we can use them with the instructional sheet. If the participant happens to select the cards which are matched on the back of the instructional board, we can use this as well to explain that as you were placing the cards on top of the instructional board, you maybe subconsciously picked up on the fact that we have the green, the yellow and the red spots running down in order, and then you would reveal and slide their selection off and turn this over like so. All right, and if the participant selects the yellow, the green and the red in this order, then we reveal on the back of the box we have the entire outcome that they've just selected. So they are all of the outs. Let's take a closer look at the handling. To perform this routine, I begin by introducing the box and asking my participants if they can remember the game Picture Consequences. I flash the box like so. I even turn it around to let them see the back. Remember, although this is an out, it's nothing to worry about. It literally just looks like a part of the design. So, begin by introducing the box, open up the box. Now, if you look inside here, you will see that this is the board. You have an entrance here, which your finger is going to go inside. Your thumb is going to go into the box and grab hold of the instructions and pull everything out. Now, when we pull this out, you will notice, as we pull this out, that the 3 remaining cards at the back stay in the box. This is exactly what we want. Now we're going to close the box up, and all we're going to do is place it down on the table like so. So now I'm going to place the cards face down. I take the instructions, place them on top of the box, and then I simply open up the board. All right. Now what I'm going to do is place all of the cards down in a complete random order, ensuring that the cards are facing the spectators, like so. And all I do at this point, I've asked them if they're aware of the game Picture Consequences. Some people say they've never heard of it. Some people say, oh, I think so. Whatever their reaction is, as soon as they see the heads, the body and the legs, this is very self-explanatory. Your participant at this point is very likely to say, oh yeah, I know what this is. And that's absolutely great. If they don't, you simply then introduce that this is the game. The first thing you do is explain there are rules to the game. So you introduce the rules to the game and read them out. Rule number 1, select a head to get started and place it on the board. So what you're going to do, the first head that you are going to pick up is the chef's head, and that goes on top of the board like this. Rule number 2, select a body using a different background. So notice that there are lots of different colours. We have red, yellow and green. So now we know that we need to select a body from a different coloured background. So this is where I stay. Okay, so I've got my a head which is a yellow background. I'm going to take a different body section. I'll go for this. We always at this point pick the bear, and we place this down like so. So now this is a red body. Now what I do is, it says pick some legs from an unused background to finish off your character. How does your character look? So I'm going to go for, and at this point we always picked up the octopus legs and we place them down like so. So this is a demonstration, and we always use the chef's head with the bear body and the octopus legs. All right. So now I state, well, this is what I've come up with. Let's see what you can come up with.
Notice how the 3 cards that you demonstrate with cannot be selected by your participant. However, these 3 extra cards make it appear as if there could have been a lot more choice. The idea of swapping the cards that you have demonstrated with is a fantastic touch from Michael Murray.
And now I just ask the participant, what do you want to change my chef's head for? Now, there's something here which is really important that I must point out. These 3 cards can never be selected because of the nature of the outs. They are all depicted by the rules of the game. Okay, so at this point I explain to the participant, this is my piece of art, what would you like to change the head for?
Notice how the rules of the game narrow down your spectators' choices. The magician does not narrow down the participants' choices, the rules of the game do. Therefore, your participants' choices do not seem narrowed down at all.
The participant in the past has never asked me, can I just keep that head? If they do, I will say, no, that's mine, you need to create something for yourself. But when I've performed this, I've never had anybody mention that to me. I just want to cover the ground with that right now. Okay? So, we proceed. So, what would you like to change the head for? The participant can now change this for any of these heads. So let's presume the participant picks up the clown head. We're going to place this down like so. So, as this is the clown head, I know that the yellow is here, so the clown's head is on the underside of the box. It's either on the underside of the box or the underside of the cards. So the outcome here is pick me. And because I know that the out is not here on this card, I'm going to get rid of this. And let's presume the participant selected something different. We can eliminate the other outs as it goes on. However, the participant has definitely not selected this outcome on the back of the instructional box, so I'm going to place that away like so. So now I ask the participant, what do you want to change the body for? Let's presume the participant wants to switch the body for the doctor's body like so. We will just swap that over. And now I ask the participant, are you happy? Is that what you want? They'll say yes. Or I say, do you want to change it for anything else? Whatever they say, we can swap it around. However, we won't be able to swap it for the bear's body. So if they say yes, I swap it back over. And I will say, so what would you want to change it for? All right. So now we're left with the legs, and they can select whichever legs they like. So we'll go for these yellow ones. Oh, sorry, no, we can't go for the yellow ones. We're going to have to go for the red legs, which are right here.
In reality, your participant will not be making a selection of legs. The head and the body that your participant selects depicts which legs will be used. However, allow your participant time to make the selection and do not tell them that they do not have a choice.
Now, we know that that outcome is on the back because it matches yellow, green, red. So all you have to do to perform this routine is know exactly where the out is. And one thing that I like to do at this point is pick everything up and state you could have selected this. And now when we pick all of these cards up like so, we're left with a really clean finish. From all of these different cards that they could have selected, they've selected the out, which is here. And what I do at this point is I point to the box and say, look, could you have been influenced by yellow, green, red? Yellow, green, red. Now the participant at this point, they may be mildly impressed. However, when I come to reveal that right at the beginning, I displayed this out. I displayed the back of the box. And I explained this to the participant. Do you remember right at the beginning, I pulled the box out, I showed you all the way around the box. You were in fact influenced by the entire outcome, which was yellow, green, red, and then I simply display it, showing that we have a perfect match. All right, so that is how the effect works. Whichever scenario your participant selects, you are going to reveal that outcome, and everything is locked in memory by the sequence of dots. So that is the handling for picture consequences.